Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Autumn's Allure. It's been quite some time since I've made a video. I apologize. I've been extremely busy in my second to last semester of college here in New York, but we got a brand new ban list today that myself personally am extremely excited for, and it motivated me to drop this video. So I'm going to share a couple things. This is going to be specifically more ban list related with you guys. I think you guys will like it. Maybe you won't. I'm not really sure, but I'm super excited and I was really happy to capture this video for you guys. So I really do hope that you enjoy. So we know that Tikaboo, Rivalry, and Gozen all got hit to 1. Me being a purple lover of traps myself, this was kind of sad. But Skildane's still at 3, Shifter's still at 3. We still got a lot of really good floodgates and amazing purple cards that are still completely unlocked. Quote unquote, let's say Macrocosmos, Fisher, there's so many great ones out there. And a lot of people are thinking about dumping or getting rid of, or maybe they're not really caring about Warlords or Gozen or Tikaboo anymore because they just got hit to 1. Now, with the hits, there also comes new opportunity. Now, the ban list did just drop a couple hours ago now, and it's a little bit of a later video in the evening on Tuesday after the list dropped, but everyone is aware it's a crazy list. I think for the most part, a lot of players are super happy with it. Myself, I am extremely happy with the list, and I'll go into more detail on that later in this video. But Rivalry of the Warlords was going anywhere between $5 to $8 before the ban list here. And now with this card going to 1, there's going to be some kind of crazy fluctuations here. Again, the list is super low. But this is an amazing card, and again, who knows how long this is going to stay on the list at 1, but this is always an amazing card to have as a side deck. I personally am planning on doing a video later on of like my super side binders, where I have a playset of pretty much all key staples and side deck choices, and a lot of them are purple cards. And anyway, so this card's gone all the way down to about 2 bones now. There is a $1.99 shipping on this one, and then it quickly goes to about 5 a piece. So this one is slowly trickling down. It's not quite there. When this gets back to the 2 bone mark, that is the time when you want to at least pick up a nice super rare variant of first editions. That's personally what I like to play. Now, there are other variants. Most of them are just commons, if not all of them are pretty much commons, and then I think there's a rare here. So unless you're going for maybe the OG like Gen 1 first edition Magician's Force, that's really the only one that is going to be on par with the Hidden Summoner super rares first edition. So give it a couple days. This will continue to go down as people start to like kind of dump and not really care about this card. This card will come back in the meta. It's always going to be relevant as long as it can be played, which it can even at 1. So that's a good time to pick it up when it's more affordable. Now, the collector's rare is also a thing from King's Court. I personally don't like collector's rares for magics and traps. I think they look pretty good, more specifically on extra deck monsters. Some main deck monsters look okay, but I personally prefer ultimate rare. Not all ultimate rares, more like old school ultimate rares, but collector's rare, like some cards look super good. Some cards just really like look like glorified super rares, and they just really don't look that good, and I don't really think they warrant the price point. Now again, with the list being so new, this card just getting hit to 1 today, the price points are still pretty wonky. I mean, you can see stark market value of this is going to be just a phantom under 60 bones. If you guys are like high rarity people and you like, I totally get that. This is an option too, but again, this is just way too expensive. This is going to go down, and just continue to watch this card, and it will go down just like the super rares. Again, for a quick buy though, just getting a playset of first supers or first commons from MFC, you're gonna be golden there. Moving on to Gozen match, there's a couple more variants, being that there's a disgusting ultra rare, which is just hideous. Why would you hate yourself and get this over this luscious super rare, which is an older print as well, I might add, from Hidden Summoners. This, just like Rivalry, is going to be an amazing side choice just to keep on hand, and because this got hit to 1 with the list, it's going to continue to go down just like Rivalry. So really quick, we're just going to switch over to first edition playsets. And again, just slap these in a binder, have a playset. Always have a playset of supers. They're nice, they're hollow foil, good rarity hold. Again, these are still relatively expensive for what they are. These will go down. They're about phantom under 4 bones for the first couple playsets of first editions. These will go down to like $2 and under, and that's the time you want to get your playset and just have a playset. That's all you need. Slap in the binder. I'm a crazy trap player, so I always like hoard these like crazy, and you know, that's kind of a side investment for me. There's different things I kind of bulk buy on certain cards. And then there's the original Crossroads, really cool, CSOC, you know, right there with Duelist Revolution or Duelist Genesis, whatever it was called, the Stardust set. Super cool too for first editions exclusively. You know, unlimiteds are completely useless, but the super rares are really nice. We don't have a collector's rare of this yet or any other nicer higher rating that I'm aware of, but even so, I think the super rares are just fine. So again, Rivalry goes in, and then Tikaboo is going to be next. You want to keep your eyes on those. Those will continue to plummet in value, and that is what people are not paying attention to, and you want to go in and sneak them and buy them. Now, Tikaboo does have a collector's rare variant, again, just like Rivalry. Again, I'm just not a big fan of Trap and Magic collector's rares. Some of them are like okay, but the majority of them just don't really look aesthetically pleasing to me personally, you know, player preference. There is first stack starting at 45 bones for first edition collector rares of this, and then it continues to trickle up after that. Again, this will go down, so if you guys are a high rarity hunter and you guys want to get yourself a nice playset of collector's rare, just wait. This will continue to go down, just something to keep in the back of your mind. Now, there are, of course, the original super rares from Extreme Force, which I honestly think look just as, you know, just fine. You know, they're not collector's rare, but again, super biased. I can't put emphasis enough. I just don't think that they look super good for certain cards. Maybe it's the purple color of the traps, I'm not really sure. That's really the only other choice. It really is. There's commons, there's rares, and then there's this doesn't even exist. Like, this isn't even a real cardboard. Like, if anyone whips this out and I see that gold lettering, like, I'm literally just gonna like projectile vomit all over the dueling board, and it's just gonna be GG after that. So the super rares are the original prints. They look really, really nice. You know, also you can get a Euro English print, which are darker. Those look super good. When I was in Germany over the summer, I actually tried to cop a playset, but unfortunately I couldn't find any, so that was kind of big sad. These have always been extremely affordable, like a bone to 2 bones for even stacks. Again, with this card being hit to 1, just like Rivalry and Gozen, you know, these key floodgates, they're always going to be in and out of the game. They're not going to stay at 1 forever. Everything always rotates. And again, right here, a stack of 3 play sets for a bone, lightly played first edition, right? There you go. Then it quickly goes up after that. I don't know, maybe people have the same ideas, they're copying them up, but there's been stacks and stacks and stacks of this. This has been readily available for years and years. So it's completely up to you guys, but again, those 3 floodgates, even though they're hit to 1, they're not completely off the radar. If you guys don't have your playsets, wait a couple weeks, a couple days, whatever have you, and then you can buy them for very affordable because they just got hit, and no one's really paying attention anymore. People think they're going away. People aren't thinking that they're going to use them, and that's not true. People will probably just tech in 1 of each in the side deck and then rotate depending on their matchups and, you know, the tournaments and stuff. So one thing I do have to gloat a little bit about, I try to be, you know, I consider myself relatively a humble guy, but I will have my shining moment here with Upstart Goblin. It won't be too long, but I have been investing in super rare Secret Slayer Upstart Goblins all the way back, a 2020 set. We're talking COVID era set here, like signature block COVID set in 2020, Secret Slayers. Also Golden Lord came out of that set, so I'm a huge zombie Outlich player, so really amazing about that. I've been hoarding these, and I've made several videos, not lately, but before, I've made several abundance of videos of buying these at 2 bones. I told everyone that eventually this may come to 2 before it comes to 3. That didn't even happen. It went straight from 1 to 3. Everyone and their mom can run 37 card builds now because of this card, and these super rares just look completely gorgeous. I would honestly say, if I even can say, I think that these even rival in pure aesthetics even the Turbo Pack 8 supers. Now obviously the turbo pack ones are a lot older. It's the original hollow foil. This kind of reminds me of the era of like turbo pack super rare Foolish Burial. Really nice, but for the price differentiation is just so huge, you might as well just go for the Secret Slayers. It's one of the newest, if not newest, prints of it, and again, it gave so many players access to an extremely affordable hollow foil that looks aesthetically amazing. Now, of course, they are the Legendary Collection 3 Yugioh's World Ultra Rares. Yes, they're ultra rare, disgusting, but they are Yugioh's World, Joey's World, and Kaiba's collection. They actually look super good. I know it's like an oxymoron, it's sacrilegious for the white Mexican to say looks aesthetically good and ultra rare in the same sentence. It's very rare occasion. You're seeing like the galaxies and eclipses of like multiple moons coming together, and all the stars are lining up when I say something like that. So really big statement. Are also really nice too, specifically for the first edition. So I'm not going to dip too far into this. There also is, honestly, the best bet would be the super rares. I think they just look gorgeous, the first edition super rares. There also is the original magic stamped Magic Ruler commons, which are really cool because they have the magic stamp and they're the very first print of like ever. So it's like way back in 2002. For first edition exclusively, I wouldn't really mess around with the unlimited prints. A lot of the unlimited prints say spell cards anyway, so first edition exclusively, they'll probably be pretty pricey, but those are classy. Someone whips out magic stamped MRL first edition, like even if they're mod player or whatever, I think that is like super classy. Really quickly though, just to kind of seal the cap on like believing in your investments and really like projecting. Again, this was going on almost a 4-year investment, and I like collected and every single time I picked these up because I knew eventually this card was going to come to 2 and then 3, and now finally on the dawning of 2024 they got completely moved off the list to 3, and it's got phenomenal artwork, and I've always really believed in this card. People are going to say, oh, what about Droll and Lockbird, what about Ash, what about whatever. We're always going to have those hand traps that rotate in and out of the market depending on what kind of decks you're being played, what format we're in. Me personally, I'm a cash player, so I will tell you right now, I'm maining a playset of Dimensional Fisher, and I'm also, because I have the luxury to, I am maining a playset of Shifter, so I am not concerned at all about Droll and Lockbird. So that's just what I'm gonna say about that. Luxuries of being a cash player, right? Now again, these were like, for the longest time they were like 2 bones for stacks first editions, and then 3 bones, and now we can see again there's a little bit of excitement in the market. Again, all of these markets aren't necessarily the secure yet. The market still needs to calm down. The list did just drop today, so these may go up, they may go down, but pretty much all across the board for starting stacks is going to be about 8 bones all across the board. So significant increase on that. I'm super excited to go home and completely unload these because I have pages upon pages on binders of these. Really excited about this. Really great card. Red X is going to be next. This again is another thing. For years and years I've been hoarding and stocking the Dragon Rulers. The Dragon Rulers, all of them have amazing history merit, infamous history merit, you know, one of the craziest formats of all time in the game, and they just look gorgeous, specifically for the tin promo secrets. These have not been reprinted. Well, the wind one got reprinted. I think that's the only one that got reprinted, but the earth, the water, and the fire ones, Tidal Blaster and Redox here, just have their original rares, and then the tin counterpart promo secrets. And these are, I'm telling you right now, these are going to get reprinted. Tidal, I think that, I'm surprised Tidal didn't come back this list. It's not really surprising that Redox came back. They were the last 2. I think Konami just wants to slowly like go one by one, list by list, and release them. I really do believe that Tidal will come back on the next list, and then we'll have full access to all 4 of them. These are going to get reprinted though, and more than likely they're going to get reprinted in probably, unfortunately, ultra rare, which is just completely disgusting, but there's also potential for them to get mirrored secret rare reprints. So if you guys were like me and you stockpiled these just like Upstart Goblins, sell them as quickly as possible. Today these were going all the way up to like about 8, 9. Now they've jumped all the way back down to like about 4 because people have been flooding the market because they were smart and they were stockpiling them, and it came unbanned. And again, that's another thing too, like I'm gonna do a video about like band binders and how you can organize and stock and invest in band cards and like sideboard cards, and just, you know, like organization is really, really key in this game, especially for investing. So sell these like right away. For the longest time, these were like a bone, 2 bones. Obviously they jumped up to about 4 now, and who knows, I think they might go up even a little more depending on the market, how many people buy them up and how quickly. So that's that. Snatch and Steal has come back once again. I believe that this is the 2nd or 3rd time that this has been banned and unbanned on the Forbidden Limited list. Super excited about that. I'm really happy we have Change of Heart. Also, Mind Control came to 3, so that's super cool. I'm really happy again to have Change of Heart at 1. That's like the all-time OG, like amazing, like steal your shit card. This is really, really cool too. This has really fun artwork, and it goes all the way back to Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic stamped MRLs from Magic Ruler. Really, really cool. I really don't like a lot of prints of this. There is several different ultra rare reprints, but again, for me personally, the only thing really worth investing in, unless you're going to do for like playability purposes, I totally get it, like when you get a Spell Ruler, Spell variant, or a Dark Beginning, whatever have you. But for me, I like to go classy. I like to go OG. I have a big passion for the OG Gen 1 stuff and magic stamps and all this, and this is a really awesome classy band card, and I'm just so ecstatically excited that this came off the list once again. And so the Magic Ruler ones are really going to be the main ones. Now for playability purposes, I get it, you don't have to use a 1st edition. Personally, I don't even think I would use a 1st edition. If it's like mod played 1st edition, let's check that out. I think it's fine. That's another thing, like I have a couple, you know, I haven't made a video in quite several months, and I have a lot of ideas that I'm keeping all on my iPhone here to you know, remind myself to bring out, like all these, there's so many. I got so much coming, like more to come. I'm gonna be dropping more releases. I'm on winter break right now here in Michigan, but when I go back to Syracuse, and I can actually, like, I have all my cards, and I can do like bird's eye view showcasing binders and stuff. I'll kind of break down those ideas. But so 1st edition original magic stamped MRL mod plate, these are actually quite expensive. Again, this is really crazy price points. This just got unbanned. This will go down over time. People will start flooding the market with this card. Just got released today off the list. But that's one thing, like high rarity. Like right now, as an example, like one thing I'm going, and on my TCG player account, I switched to everything going to store credit. So every time I sell anything, it just accumulates store credit. And right now, I'm investing in 1st edition Ultimate Rare mod play Veilers and Crows, because I think those are just like the classiest forms of Ultimate Rares ever. I also just picked up a playset of 1st edition Ultimate Rare Warnings. Really awesome trap cards. But that's kind of an example of where, like, for playability purposes, because it's going to get lightly played anywhere. If it's 1st edition, if it's Ultimate, if it's Ghost, if it's like an old school secret, whatever it may be, mod play is okay. It's okay for playability purposes. It looks fine. It's going to be in a sleeve, and you're still going to be able to flex because it's high rarity. Really expensive for these. So again, Train has kind of left on this for 1st editions. If you guys want an unlimited, you guys can get an unlimited. And even for playability purposes, that's fine. I mean, even still nice, even if you have an unlimited one, as long as it says Magic card, I think that's super classy. If you want to go all out and get a 1st edition, maybe if you like had an old beat up 1st edition, I mean, I would just play that. That's fine. So it's completely up to you guys on that. And then there's Mind Control, of course. A lot of different variants. I don't really like any of the variants besides the 2009 Gold Series. The World Championship 2005-7 Trials of Glory is kind of cool, but outside of that, I think that the Gold Series 2009 really doppels over that. This 2008-2009, there's a lot of cards in those sets that are actually like pretty good money across the board. I think this was like a more popularized gold set before gold got like cheap and mass produced and just kind of like worthless essentially. These look really cool. It's just like a honey crisp of gold. It wasn't super overdounced and like, you know, goldness. It was just, it's hard to explain. Like if you see these up close and personal, they look really nice in my personal opinion. And I think a lot of players would agree. It doesn't look like there's an option for stacks on here. Starting market price is about like 3-4, and then it jumps up to about 7. So no surprise that this is going up because this is a relatively good card. It does target. I believe the wording changed to target anyways. But really cool artwork, really cool card again. Snatch Steal, Chain Your Heart, Mind Control, all kind of do the same thing, all different stuff. Enemy Controller too as well. I'm actually trying to hunt down a playset of first original Ultra Ancient Sanctuary enemy controllers, because I think that and Book of Moon are also kind of some underrated cards right now. But anyway, so kind of getting towards the end of the video here. The last bit of this video is going to be super like turboed through. There's just a couple of things I'm going to run through. But again, yes, I'm extremely happy about this list. As you guys know, I've been playing, well, maybe you don't know because I picked the deck back up in between, stop making videos, but I'm an avid KASHTIRA fan player. I absolutely love the deck, and it brought tears of joys, not actual wet physical tears in my eyes. I'm not too much of a very emotional person, but I was very enthusiastically excited about Unicorn coming to 3. Unicorn coming off the list, unlimited status to 3 is just so amazing. It's going to be a really nice boost to the deck. But I think the biggest gift of all wasn't even Unicorn coming to 3, it was that Fenrir was not hit. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna complain because it's super generic and everyone is kind of splashing in everything, but just know that they're all fakes. Fenrir is our card. It does say KASHTIRA before Fenrir, and we're the OGs, and it's our card, and everyone else just flies on the wings of our KASHTIRA Fenrir. It is our card, we use it, it's in our deck, everyone else just capitalize off it, because this deck is amazing, it's highly versatile, and you can play some really nasty floodgates and hand traps, and that's what I love about the deck so much. So really cool stuff on that. Also, by the way, if you guys weren't aware, you probably are aware, so the blessing about not being touched, essentially we got no hits. We did get a +1 with Unicorn going to 3. And then also Tier Elements and Rise Heart are really good money. You can see here anywhere between 10 to 13 bones. They've been kind of on that level for quite some time. I believe it's because they're solo prints. I think they're both just ultra rares from Hypernova. So solo prints kind of hold pretty good value. So really exciting stuff on that. Congratulations to KASHTIRA. Let's go KASHTIRA 2024, make America great again. Also, really quickly, if this loads, there is 2 cards that I want to review that haven't come on the off the ban list yet, which again, just like Snatch and Steal coming off, I really do believe that there is a time and a place for anything to come off the ban list at any time, just a matter of when and if it gets errated. And one of those cards is Heavy Storm. Now, Heavy Storm has a lot of really cool prints. I'm not going to go over all of them. You guys already know I'm an avid OG, like original print lover, magic stamp lover. So, of course, the Metal Raiders original MRD-142 magic stamps are going to be ideal. You do have to be careful with this because Magic Ruler is a little bit easier because they have MRL as in Magic Ruler, and they have SRL as in Spell Ruler, so you can, when you're buying off TCG Player or you're buying on a listing, you actually know, you don't have to question, am I going to get a Magic Stamp? Am I going to get a Spell Stamp? There's actually a cool transition period where you can actually get spell cards that say Spell, but their print codes, core sets are MRL, which are really cool as a transition card, kind of a misprint, not really a misprint, kind of not too difficult to get, but really cool. But you don't have to guess with MRL. With MRD and some of the other sets, you do have to be careful because you don't know if you're getting magic stamps, so just be aware of that. Anyway, these are really great artwork, an amazing card in general, and again, and we never know. I mean, we already have Harpy's Feather Duster to 1. Now I understand like Unchained, and we can, proc a lot of effects by destroying your own back row cards. I get that, but time will tell, and this card is just a ticking time bomb, and eventually it's gonna come off the list. It's come off the list before. It's gone on and off a couple times now over the years. Really great card. Now, what I want to look at is specifically is for bulk prices. Now, again, the OG print variants here, the magic stamps from MRD, are what I like. Now, we can already kind of see some fear in the market. Across the board, these are pretty good money. I mean, they're like 5+ for any kind of stacks. That's just for the unlimiteds. Now, if you want to go super fancy, again, you can go like first edition mod play, only for playability purposes. Obviously, no one's going to want to pick up a mod play first edition for collectors, but for playability purposes, if you want to flex, you want to have the OG first edition starting market price. For the first mod plus, there's a single playset here for 30, not too terrible. You definitely get it a little bit more affordable depending on Well, maybe not. I mean, it articulates some great value. There's not even that many English ones here on the market, but really, really cool thing. These used to be a lot more affordable. They actually are actually quite expensive. This isn't really a good time. It's kind of funny that I'm showcasing this right now because it's a pretty expensive card for what it is. For being a band card, it's a pretty expensive card. Band cards, you always want to pick up band cards. Like the perfect level for band cards is anywhere from like under $1 to like about 2 to 3 bones. That is like when you want to bulk buy band cards. Like not all band cards, but certain band cards. There also is the Hobby League 2. These are like Parallel Ultra. These actually look really cool. Just be careful because Upper Deck made these original or this era of Hobby League cards, and they're actually a different cardstock formula. They bow really bad and they're just thicker, and technically like they're considered marked cards, and I don't even know if you can. Locals is gonna be fine. No one's gonna call you out in locals level, but if you go to like higher echelons of competitive tournament play, they might like, you know, throw a fit about it. The Gold Series 2008s do look really, really slick. Those look really sharp. Those look really nice. But yeah, really just the Gold 2009, the Hobby League 2s, the OG MRD Magic Stamps, Unlimited and First Editions are pretty cool. I really wouldn't recommend much of anything else personally. That's just kind of me though. Don't be disgusting and be that guy who gets a fake synthetic makeshift reprint of a reprint, like third reprint over stacked on top of each other like a reprint poor man sandwich, and get this disgusting 25th anniversary reprint spell card gross reprint. And then finally is going to be Giant Tornado. So right up there again with Harpy's Feather Duster and Heavy Storm and all these crazy back row manipulating blowout cards. One, just like Heavy Storm, this has really great artwork. This is part of the OG collector cards of, like, you know, back row manipulating blowout cards. Again, Magic Ruler, Magic Stamps, MRL-048 are going to be the crown jewel prize to go for. Unlimiteds and first editions alike, as long as you get at least mod play for you know, playability purposes. Other than that, there really isn't any other ones that I can think of. There is one other print that I believe has a magic print, and I want to say it was one of the starter decks. Maybe it was starter deck Joey. My microphone's in my way, so I'm like dodging, trying to. Here it was. So starter deck Joey is the only other print besides the original Magic Ruler print supers. Starter deck Joey, part of the Gen 1 starter decks, was Yugi, Kaiba, then Joey and Pegasus. These are magic stamped. They are commons, but they're magic stamped and on their own merit alone. A lot of people don't think about that, and I think that's super cool. Again, only for first editions exclusively. And for this, seeing that it's just a common, I would go more specifically near mint and lightly played bulks, but only for first editions. Do not get this if it's not first edition. I don't even care if it says magic card. It has to be a first edition because it is only a common. They're like under 2 bones here for this play stack. There's not that many big stacks, but they pretty much are like 2 bones across the board, but not that many available. So that's getting scooped up really, really quickly. And then of course there's the original super rares, which are like the go-to. We'll go ahead and look like this emerald green super rare foiling. Like they just did it so right in Gen 1. Like I'm so obsessed with Gen 1 hollows, and you know, just like the way they smelled and everything was just really, really cool. So first let's go, okay, well yeah, let's do this. We'll go fancy. We'll do mod playthrough near mint first edition OG prints. Onesie twosie stack. So here's a 2 stack here. Not too bad, not too bad. Again, I mean, if this comes back, it's only going to come back to 1. Let's not get crazy here. I mean, I have an imagination and optimistic thinking, but I don't think this card's going to come back to 3. I think it can come back to 1, but maybe not 3. So 2 for 8 bones, mod play first edition, not too bad. If it was better, it'd be better if it's a playset, but I can understand. It's an old card, and first editions are actually really hard to come by now. These cards are super ancient. Let's go really quick and switch over to bulk prices just to see. The first stack is a fat stack of 12, goes up to 18 plus for mod play, which is kind of crazy because right under it for 24 plus is a playset of near mint. Now I don't know how near mint those are. It looks like they have, you know, 100% a lot of sales, so their conditioning is probably pretty good. There probably are near mint. That's really not that bad for near mint first edition magic stamp, a really classy nostalgic band card. That's really insane. Really quick before we close out of this tab, let's go ahead and look at bulk buys. Again, these aren't going to be first editions, so we'll take off the mod play status, but we will keep on the bulk buys to find the stacks. And see, this is crazy. This is about 8. Well, actually it's not, because this tricky fat stacking right here. You might as well just get the mod play first editions, honestly. Was it 3 of? That was 8? Or no, I think it was a 2 of. That was a 2 of. The mod play, like, they went up when you got to playset, but there was that one stack of this. Is actually really cool. If you guys don't buy this, like, I'm totally gonna buy this, because this is actually really affordable. I really think that this 2 stack of first edition original magic stamp is gonna go like hotcakes. This is really cool. Yeah, it's mod play, but who cares? I mean, if you slap it down on the board, like, you have an OG original emerald green super rare first edition OG giant trinity. No one's gonna care. You're still gonna look like a boss. Really quick, so all of the Ghost Girls have been reprinted to hell, and they're all ass cheap right now. Insanely, like, just like insanely affordable right now. Original OG Flood Bells for first editions exclusively. Again, we don't mess around with unlimited stuff here. Starting stacks. The first stack here is not even 9 bones. There's 4 near mint first editions for not even 9 bones, and then there's a fat stack of 11 here for not even 9 bones. These are insanely affordable, and technically, I guess not technically, because there's a quarter century and a Starlight rare variant of this, but those, like, it was cool when they had the Starlight. When they made the 25th quarter century secret rare, like, of this, then it stopped being cool. Like, it was cool as a hard to get Starlight, but when they came out with the quarter century secret, I was just like, okay, nah, bro, like, this is not cool anymore. It really ruined it for the Starlight rare for me personally. These, in my personal opinion, are like the OG high rarity, and like, I would invest in a playset of these. If you guys don't have a playset of this, not even 30 bones, you can get a playset of first edition original standard secret Flood Bells. You know, put them in your side binder. Really nice, until the day we actually get a nice quality ulti or a ghost or something crazy. Who knows? This is going to be the all-time best rarity in my personal opinion, for playability purposes, for collecting, for just looking nice, for feeling good. Really awesome stuff. Interesting enough, the prismatic secret rares. Again, I know the rarity collection just came out and everything's been reprinted to hell. Not even a bone. We're talking about prismatic secret rare, which actually looks pretty good. You know, I'm not really into like a lot of the mass-produced tin reprints, but for some of the prismatics, they look completely gorgeous, and this card is just insanely affordable. I was ripping these left and right when they were 2 or 3 bones. Now they're not even 0.5 of a bone, ladies and gentlemen. Fat stack of 18 first edition near mint. It doesn't get any better than that. This is an insane buy. If you guys don't buy this, I'm gonna buy this, because this is just insane. This is just insane. This card is insane. I can't believe that it's under a bone. That's really crazy. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is gonna be next. Same thing. The 2022 Prismatics look completely gorgeous. Rival the counterpart of the original Cross Souls first edition secrets, and these are, you know, pretty much about 2 bones, like kind of roughly where they were. They always kind of been around 2, 3, 4. I'm really surprised about Bell going under a bone for stacks. That's just insane. But about 2 bones, so these are kind of right where they need to be. Still great price. Great price. If you guys don't have at least a playset or even 3 playsets of this, this is an incredible buy as well. 67 fat stack. Amazing. Just all around. Again, and these cards, you know, they're aesthetically cool. They have great artwork. They're always rotating in and out the metas with the different decks that come out, the different game states. Cross Souls original secret rares. Again, now I'm aware that there is an ultimate rare of this. I used to have a couple myself. I pushed them off just because they looked good, but it's such an expensive card, and you can't do anything with that. Some people play the altis, which I totally get that. Like, if I had like a mod play alti, Snow Rabbit, like, I'd play that if I had 3 of them. I don't like mixed rarities. It has to be same set, same rarity, same edition, all that. I understand that, but if it's like lightly played or near mint, like, you don't want to fuck that one up. Like, it's so much money. You might as well go and play a first edition original, because again, they're super affordable now. I mean, Not even 20 bones, you can get a stack of lightly played first edition originals. A little bit more pricier, but again, this is like the original Ghost Girl card, and like way back in Cross Souls, an extremely old set, just completely killer artwork, and again, always rotating in and out of the meta. And then, you know, the prismatic ones, super cheap, 2 bones. You know, just have a playset of those, insane, and just have them in your side binder. Same thing with Ash, original Maximum Crisis. Now, I know we got the 25th quarter century, whatever they're called, makeshift wannabe Starlight rares. They, you know, which was actually, you know, hard to pull, and, you know, people are all crazy about that, and we got all these like fake wannabe, like, the rarity collection was good for reprints, but all like the makeshift rarities that they made were just like, you know, horrible. The premium secret looked pretty cool, but other than that, everything was kind of, you know, trash. It was cool that we got the reprints, but the rarities themselves, they just tried like way too hard, and it came out with like hybrid like garbage for the newer rarities specifically. Okay, so stacks of these, lightly played first edition, same thing with Ogre, not even 20 bones. Phantom under 20 bones, you can get your stack of original first edition Ash. Gorgeous, nice, amazing, you know, always going to be used, always has been used. Surprisingly enough, I believe Maximum Crisis was a 2018 set, so we're going on 6 years. This is over a half decade old card going into 2024. Pretty insane. And then lastly, of course, we have the prismatic ultimate rare, or prismatic secrets, with Just Like Belle and Ogre. Really nice, and these are really affordable too. Now personally, I like this rarity. Again, I like went all in this card when they were 10 bones a pop, which, you know, because first they were like 25, and then 20, then 15, and then 13, then 12, then 10, and I kind of pulled the trigger around 10, 9, 8, and I have like several of these now. I'm actually trying to kind of push some off now, just because I have just too many. I have like too many Ash. It's crazy. Like, if you have more than 18 prismatic secret Ashes, like that's kind of a little wild. Okay, so these are about 5. So they're about 5, 6. Again, really nice. Just cop yourself, I mean, you know, 15 bucks, 18 bucks, get yourself a playset. Really nice, you know, move them around different decks, aesthetically pleasing, great card, all that great stuff. That is all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a showcasing by Autumn's Allure. My name is the White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.